Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to a review of Symphony Masses Drakon Ho Megas, the third studio record by the Swedish metal band Therion, or Therion, you can pronounce it however you like. Today we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. My sister is a big fan of their music since like 98 or 7, and since I was a little boy she would play me their cassette tapes. So I've been basically listening to Therion my whole life. This record is different from Beyond Sectorum, the previous one, which I've also reviewed. The first change is in the lineup, only Christopher Johnson remains from their previous albums. Chris is the mastermind behind this band, he does the vocals, guitars and writes all of the music. We've got a new drummer on this record, Piotr Wawrzeniuk, new guitarist Magnus Bartelsson, and Andreas on the bass. The production is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness war, no clipping, just the way I like it. Message is diverse, the lyrics are a departure from the previous records, where we had some social issues, anti-religious stuff. Here it's mostly about occult themes and dragons, because Chris was in some cult of a dragon or some shit. I mean, I'd rather be in a cult that worships dragons than other people, so it's okay. The music direction also changed on this record. On the previous albums, Therion played death metal with a little bit of doom metal influences, some symphonic elements, traditional music, stuff like that. Here it's even more experimental, we have way more heavy metal influences, doom metal ones, traditional music, Arabic music, Persian music. It's all over the place and I just love it. I love when bands experiment with this stuff. Experimentation always creates a more memorable experience. And structure of the tracks is mostly technical, which means we have lots of segments like 10 or 20 and they constantly evolve, but some of them do repeat. There might be verses in the track or maybe a chorus, but we've got lots of solos, lots of changes, stuff like that. The album starts with Bal, or however Chris sings it in the song, because he's screaming and growling and I can't understand how he pronounced that shit. Anyways, the first thing you're going to notice is the atmosphere. The album is very mystical sounding, very dark. I love when music is atmospheric because it always stays in your mind, even after you finish listening to it. Then we've got the drums, they are played perfectly. Piotr is killing it here. He has groove, he has style, he can shift between playing very slow, groovy, but also very fast with blast beats. I love this. Then we've got the bassist, he's audible. I love the bass work on this album. It brings out extra flavor in the sound. The bassist follows the guitars, but he also has his own lines, which is very cool. Next up is the guitars. The guitar work is amazing. There are lots of various styles played here. Some heavy metal riffs, some death metal ones, great groovy stuff, some fast tremolo riffs as well. I love the guitar solos here because they remind me of old school Iron Maiden, but also Death Human album. We've also got symphonic elements here and some other instruments. They are all great. Finally, we've got the vocals. Chris is growling and screaming. Some other people do the orchestra vocals as well sometimes. I must say that I love Chris's vocals. I wish he still did them because his growling is so powerful. I love it especially here on the first track. And the screaming is great as well. I have nothing against it. Baal is a perfect start to this record. I love its very slow build up. Like the song is very doomy, you know. Cliff of Raven, rising from the dawn. He's just doing all those noises. I love it. And then we've got a beautiful guitar riff, very melodic. And then the song picks up. It's much more faster and energetic. And it's just a journey. It's a short journey because the song is like 2 minutes long, but it's a beautiful journey that I will never forget. 10 out of 10. Then we've got Dark Princess. This track also starts kinda slow. We've got some beautiful bass line at the beginning. Tum, 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 tum. Great stuff. Then the song picks up, and yet again, most of it is beautiful. Some of the guitar riffs are not for me. The vocal performance, great. I have nothing against it. Classic track, I also enjoy it a lot. 9 out of 10. A Black Rose starts with just drumming and a simple bass line. I enjoy it. This song reminds me of rock music. It has that vibe to it. Then it shifts into some death metalish stuff. I mean, there's nothing to talk about here because I enjoy just everything. But I think it's not as good as the previous two tracks. 8 out of 10. Symphony Diaconis Inferni. Now this is a very majestic song. I love the atmosphere here, the vibe of it. It's magical. I love the guitar work, the vocals. It's a great track. 9 out of 10. Dawn of Perishness starts with a very cool guitar riff. I wish there was more of it. Then we've got some heavy metal inspired riffs and I don't enjoy all of them. They kinda sound like metalcore, which didn't even exist, at least not in that form. You know, metalcore from 2005 or 7. Those guitar riffs remind me of that. And it's 1993. How cool is that? Again, the drumming, the bass and the vocals are stellar throughout the entire song. Just some of the guitar riffs are not for me. 9 out of 10. The Eye of Eclipse is my least favorite song on this record. It doesn't mean it's a bad song because it's a very good one. I enjoy the atmosphere here, the vocals, the bass, the drums. Just some of the guitars are not for me. Some of the riffs I'm just like, but most of them cool. 7 out of 10. The Ritual Dance of the Easy What the fuck is this? Is this Kanye West? Anyways, this is an amazing song. It's very short, it's only 2 minutes long, but I love the progressive structure of it, the atmosphere, those weird instruments. Some of the vocals sound very weird, like he's using some kind of a vocoder or some shit, but I enjoy this song more than the previous one. 8 out of 10. Power Dance is my favorite song on this record. I enjoy its very dark and sinister atmosphere. The riffs are beautiful. Every single guitar riff here is a banger. Starting with the first one, very dark, very sinister, epic shit. But what makes this song stand out to me is the final last minute. Those guitar melodies, very melodic death metal sounding and also progressive death metal. They remind me of old school At the Gates, Death, Human, stuff like that. I truly love those guitar riffs at the end. I will never forget them. And yet again, everything else, the vocals, the drums, the bass, the symphonic elements, it all works. 11 out of 10. Procreation of Eternity starts with a cool guitar riff. Yet again, I enjoy everything about this song, except some of the guitar work. I think it's in the second part of the track. I might be wrong, because there's so much stuff going on in these tracks that it's hard to pinpoint the exact location of the riff that was just like, because everything else was perfect. 9 out of 10. And the final song, Drakon Ho Megas. Now this one has a very funny sounding orchestra. It's just so goofy sounding, but I enjoy the track. I love the atmosphere, the vocals, just everything. Not my favorite here, but it's a good way to end the record. 8 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting, replayability, yeah, it's an excellent record. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. I think the previous album, Beyond Sanctorum, was slightly better, like by 1 or 2%, but this one is also amazing. It doesn't have any weak songs. There's so much inspiration here and interesting stuff going on because of all the experimentation. This record is a must listen to anyone who loves music. You will find something interesting here for sure. Celebrate the anniversary by spinning this record today. It deserves your attention and your love. That's all from me, thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram page where I share photos of my CDs and other stuff. Sadly, no photos of dragons yet, but I got you, fam. I will post some dragons if that means Chris is going to follow me. That's all. I will see you in my other videos. Bye!